Oh, hello. How's everybody out there in social media land? Okay, so I thought I would give everybody an idea of what my workday looks like when I'm not in a physical setting. Okay, as you know, I have two businesses that I run, a lot of community projects. Um, I do a lot. Okay, don't nobody really know I do a lot. All the history that I do. So, in the background, which you probably cannot hear, is me following this Etsy workshop that they're having because I have a business online. I have a shop. It is Veronica Davis. I want to see. No, it's Excel Minds, and I want to see if I can change that. But if you can see that little box right there, there it is. That little box right there. I put out a game. It's called the Spelling Game. So that is on the Etsy shop, and they're doing these workshops about how to make your business better. And so I'm watching that right now. Okay, or listening to it, and you'll probably see me putting some things away and organizing and reorganizing back here in the back. Now the camera will probably be moving around because I'm gonna take you guys with me as I'm trying to get some of these things done. All right, now ain't nobody online right now. Everybody at work. Okay, yes, I have my makeup on for a change. Okay. Um, I had participated in an interview earlier that I had found through LinkedIn where it was a work from home job and for an influencer like me, of course. And so when I went to go follow up, um, well, that's all I'm going to say on that. So it's a really good opportunity, but Miss Davis is sticking to her guns. I really wanted to do that opportunity because it was travel related. And I'm telling you, all you got to do is tell me I get a free cabin, I get this, and get that. You know, as long as that cabin is not an inside stateroom down at the bottom of the ship, we good. Okay, I got to have my balcony. I got to be at the top of the ship. Okay, um, and I definitely got to have my balcony. Okay, I want to be able to view. I probably won't even step out there on that balcony, but I want to be able to have that type view. So it was really, really interesting, and I did invite that particular business owner to come on to my channel. Hopefully, she follows up with me. All right. So, as we're online, if you have questions, because you see me in here working, just go ahead and I guess put something in the chat, and eventually I will see it. All right, guys, let me get to work because I got to go for my hand. Yeah, see, I still can't. You see, I can't even control that pinky now. That's gonna be a problem as I'm trying to work. Trying to work, it hurts real bad. And then I don't know. Can you see that? I don't know if y'all can see that. It is like super swollen. It looks like Mount Rushmore or something. I don't know. I don't know. I wake up in the middle of the night, my hand be doing all like this and that. And as a vitamin's on, I'm like, oh my God, is it possessed? You know, I'm often afraid it's gonna start strangling me to death. Hallelujah. All right, let me go on ahead and get to work. This morning, what are we gonna start with this morning? This morning, Corey. Uh, Corey's getting lunch together. He better be getting lunch together.
What's up?
He's falling everywhere. Thank you. Out. All right. So today we are going to be working on the library. I see Corey did not come in here and sweep. I went to move the ottoman and I found all of this cookie stuff. All right. So today we are going to be working in the library. Mm, pretty boring stuff here in the library. Not really. All right. Let me see how I can get you guys situated so you can see what's going on. There we go. Until I put my big head in the way and then you won't be able to see again. Okay, so everybody's often wondering, what is it that Miss Davis does? What does she do? What does she do? As a lady said in the court telling the judge, she doesn't work, she's unemployed. Girl, I got a whole IRS, Virginia Department of Taxation, hairdresser, and doctors lawyers who will tell you differently, okay? Miss Davis works. Just because you don't see that comment don't mean I don't work. Let me show you how I work. Can you see those books over there? Do you think they AI themselves up there on the shelf? Can you see those books? Uh-oh, here we go. Oh gosh, there we go. Can y'all see them books up there on the shelf? Okay. They didn't get there by themselves. Okay. Won't no AI when I wrote those books. No. It took a whole lot of determination to get them books written. All right. And see, I done moved y'all, so now y'all can't see what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. All right, now. So here we are in Miss Davis's library. And let me tell y'all again where I got these books from. Are you ready? When they decided to close libraries. So that is why you will probably see some of the call numbers still on some of the books. Okay. Of course, everybody knows about the great dumpster dive at Hampton University. When I went to tell the gentleman, oh my goodness, oh, what was that woman's name? I can't remember her name, but she was reference, and we didn't have we only had two we had two Caucasian librarians at that time, way back in the day. One was female, one was male. The male was Mr. Edgecombe. And the other woman, I can't remember her name. I wish I could remember her name. They told me that she has passed away now. I'm sad to hear that. I didn't really have a lot of dealings with her. But when she started throwing them books out in the trash, them historical books, guess who was there? So I went and told the director first. So what? He didn't even go to see what they were. But this is how I wind up finding the. Don't laugh. I have a company that is going to be sponsoring the boxes and stuff that I need for this. And that's why I'm here. Is this the book? No, this one isn't it. That's how I got my original copy of Uncle Tom's Cabin. It's in here somewhere, guys. I swear we'll find it as I'm going through. Because what that company has asked me to do is identify shapes and sizes of the books. Oh yeah, this is my hair. This is my real hair. Okay, just so y'all know. And I got a new hairdresser, and she got my hair. She said, Miss Davis, your hands are split, and they need Corey gives me on my cheeky, my haircut. I have those childlike moments. Okay. All right. Yes. All right. So they're going to sponsor some of the boxes for these books. Now, they cannot stay like this, okay? Now, I don't promote this, but I do promote this until you can get what you need. And gosh, guys, please don't be like Miss Davis Butterfinger and dropping these books down on the floor. All right, where they've been housed back there in the den for so long. All right, so if push comes to the shove, okay, I can tell you my baby opened up this and didn't close it back. Okay, now I got a broken bag. Corey, I got a broken bag. I need to replace this one. All right. So if push comes to the shove, Corey's going to bring me another bag. Place your bag in a Ziploc bag. Now, did Miss Davis say keep that book in a Ziploc bag? No, I did not. Okay? I did not say that. Okay? I said as a temporary measure. No librarian or archivist or paper conservator is going to agree with Ms. Davis on that. But my suggestion to you is to do that to ensure it keeps safe until you get the proper archival box. Okay? Now, I can't remember why I put this one in that bag. I really don't. Corey, where's Uncle Tom's cabin?
Um,
This is it right here, is it? No, here it is. Here it is. Right in front of my face. That's how that works. Every time Corey comes, guess what happens? The books just jump off the shelf in front of me. All right. So I do need a Ziploc bag, though. All right. I'm not going to say this because I didn't do this. I'm just going to let y'all know I did not do this. Do not put book tape on your historic books. I don't care if they're falling apart. Put the spine that's falling apart inside of the book. Can I get this tape off? Yes, I can. I can. I'm not going to tell you how I'm going to do it yet. I've got to get some old mindless book to try it off on first before I try it on this first edition book. All right. But I want you guys to see, and then you're gonna say to me, maybe that's why she threw it in the trash, Miss Davis. No, you do not throw a historic book like this in the trash. I don't care. It has a number of pages in here that are torn. I'm going to try to see if I can find them, but this book is very fragile. Okay. It is very, very fragile. And I thought I had some torn pages in here. But what you do is you do not use book tape like this on these historic books. What you use is a preservation tape. Now, the Library of Congress, they used to offer a course, and that's how I learned a lot of my preservation is through Library of Congress. Okay, look, if you want it done the right way, you go to the best people. You don't go to Heckle and Jekyll. Okay, you want it done right, you go to the best people. All right. So, in the Library of Congress, they talk to you about rice paper. Now, it's more easily said than done. I want to show y'all some of the pictures that are in here. I know that there are some pages in here that are torn because, oh, here it is. See how I said it and it happened? I know good and well it didn't want me to call Corey again. All right, so I'm going to open that up for you. Now, I noticed she went to the director and said, oh, that has torn pages in it. And I don't care if it has torn pages in it or not. These pages did have the bottom part, so I'm sure that they've fallen off and gotten lost by now. Or we'll probably find them somewhere in the back. This is probably the one that should have been in the bag. But the pages were at the bottom of this. And even with the pages gone, there is a method that you can use that will put a sheet here so that the page will stay full. Now, why am I telling you guys about this stuff? Because some of y'all got family Bibles, okay? And I think there's a couple of other torn pages. But like I said, this torn page was whole. Now, Miss Davis has had this book for over 30 years, even though I'm only 21. Okay. All right. So I've had this book for a while now. Gurgle, gurgle, gurgle goes my stomach. All right. These kids and these phones. Help me, y'all. All right. So now what you're going to find here is that this actually had a page to it. And if I would have had those resources at the time, I could have been able to glue this page back together. Now, I loved it watching that lady do the preservation that she was doing with the book at the Library of Congress, because see how somebody used a piece of tape right there? Okay. These are not good archival methods, all right? They do have archival tape that you can use for books like this, but I actually prefer the method that they use at the Library of Congress. Now, the other thing here is what made me think of Uncle Tom? What made me think of Uncle Tom was somebody had put a book, put up a post about Uncle Tom. Let me see if I can find that for y'all. Um, she also placed um, for the graphics. She also placed I don't know if that was rice paper or another type of paper, but she also placed that here to preserve the graphics. Okay. All right. Let me put this one back because I really don't like to handle this book with so much. All right. So I'm gonna try to get somebody to come on and talk about this because I can guarantee each one of y'all have put scotch tape, masking tape, all of that kind of duct tape on your books. No, no, no. Duct tape should never be used on a book. Okay. The chemicals that are in that book is going to destroy the paper, the cover, just everything. Well, it didn't happen. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Okay, come see me in 2 years, then you'll know what I'm talking about. All right. So how do you decide? Oops, wrong place. How do you decide where the books go? Okay. I'm going to ask Corey to come in, and I'm going to have him to randomly move these books around. Corey.
Yes,
Matter of fact, I don't want him in my rare book collection. No. We're going to have him over in this section over here. And I'm going to ask him to come through and just randomly move all of those books around. Okay? I didn't want to do it because there's always some smarty bee that comes and says, wait a minute, she's making this video up because I have proof to show that those books were already there when she did it before. You know I got a word for that. All right. Corey, the viewers are waiting. Where's my little elf who does not stay on the shelf? Guys, I want to take these off. That little interview is over. Oh my goodness. This does not work where you always have to be pretty. Please tell your friends to wait and get off that phone.
Mama, I'm trying to make lunch. Are you done?
Yeah, I didn't do anything, Corey. We're waiting for you.
What am I doing?
Come on over and say hello to my viewers.
Oh, alright.
Nobody's there right now. Everybody's at work. All right, open that up. Okay, I am going to turn this way and slide this way so I can't see what he's doing.
Won't you be in front?
I want you to mix all of those books up. Hurry up, Corey.
Is there a twist?
No, no twist, Corey. No twist. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
Close your eyes.
I don't need to. My big head is in the way. I can't see anything.
Oh my gosh.
Now, a word from, well, we don't have a sponsor.
Nope.
So what I'm going to do is tell you about my game. Corey hasn't hidden the pieces to this yet.
Excuse me?
So this is called the spelling game. All right. And I just finished this and I have a patent on it. Oh, wrong eye. Yes, I have a patent. Some of y'all sitting there saying, is this woman for real? Is she really like this? Am I really like this, Corey?
Depends on the type of day.
Depends on the type of day.
But mostly not.
I'm always the life of the party.
She
That's
is.
why they won't let me drink. I'm the life of the party without a drink. How about that? All right. So this is my game. It's called the spelling game, and whoop, whoop. There we go. All right. And I did find a manufacturer who's going to help me manufacture my game. Yay! I am so happy because I'm happy. Oh, that's enough. Copyright. Boop, 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 boop. I don't want Mr. Farrell taking a little bit of money that I have. This is a disclaimer. Thank you. Oh, yes.
I'm done.
You sure you're done?
I hope so.
I'll tell you more about this game at our next little break when Corey comes back. Because he's got to put all the books back. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
All right. Now, let's go ahead and slide on over here. Yeah, I know y'all. Y'all just don't understand. Y'all just don't understand. Here we go. Are y'all there? Is it right here? Are y'all there? Right here? Okay, wait a minute. I got to move the chair some. Ooh. Ooh. All right, let's see now. I got to put my hand in there. There we go. Okay. I think I can safely put y'all there. You probably don't have the top. Corey, you didn't move around the top, did you?
I don't think so.
Did you put the books on different shelves?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
No, they all look like they're on the same shelf.
No, I moved them. I got witnesses.
Nobody witnessed you because my big head was in the way.
Mom.
Come move around some more.
If I move it around anymore, it's going to get worse.
Yeah, make it a little worse. Oh, I'm getting dizzy just thinking about this. You moved all of the books around?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Yeah, okay, come do it again.
Excuse me.
I ain't say nothing.
Why are you looking?
It is time. Oh, I got lippity stick on. Hurry up, I'm hungry. All right, so Corey is making a second attempt at switching these books around. It's kind of like that golf part, you know. Ow! 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 Ah! In my head! Ah! It hurt real bad. Thank you, Corey. Ah, thank you. I could have been cussing, but since I'm live, I didn't. It hurt real bad. If you watch it long enough, you'll see it start rising up again. It hurt real bad. So this is our game. Now, how did I come up with the idea for this game?
She's a genius.
I'm an original. Genius. I don't play. So I'm noticing that our kids don't know how to spell. And I thought about when I was growing up. I ain't know how to spell, child. I ain't even gonna lie. I don't know how to spell.
Okay.
So, that quick? Oh, I didn't finish talking about my game.
You can finish.
What wound up happening was I was sitting there talking with the kids, and the principal that I worked for at the time, she wanted a spelling bee. And I felt like, well, since these kids don't know how to spell, we need a spelling bee. Well, she gonna sit there and come talk about something, give them paper and pen and let them write the words down. Girl, that ain't no spelling bee. That's a spelling test. What in the world? Are you serious? them up and put together this spelling bee. Now, whether or not they did, I don't know, because they hired somebody else in my position that was more permanent, that was licensed, that was okay. The staff didn't know that I knew that. Now you know that I knew it the whole time. I did. Because the principal who had been telling me, I was temporary from the start, that's what my contract said. And she had been telling me and letting me know throughout different intervals what was going on. And I said, okay. So, yeah. So when we left for spring break, I told her that would be the best time for me to, give the kids a big hug and tell them to enjoy their spring break. And then that way, when they came back from spring break, they can start off on a clean start. Why did a little birdie come back and tell me what happened when everybody came back from spring break? We'll put a pinpoint there. All right. Always remember thy enemy is thy friend. And even though they smile, you have many enemies. Okay, so Corey came and he moved everything around. When you have your own home library, you have to decide how you want your books to appear. Remember when we talk about the Dewey Decimal System, if you've been in my class, all right? We talked about how prior to the Dewey Decimal System, people categorized their books by colors. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay? Don't do that. All right. These are what we call vanity libraries in today's library science. It's a vanity library. Miss Davis, what is a vanity library? It's just there to look pretty. Okay, so when you go to Facebook, and not Facebook, yeah, Pinterest and all of these places, and you see where people have posted their libraries, you got green, red, yellow, lavender, pink, red, I don't know, mango, orange, sunset yellow. Even Amazon sells the books that way. Don't do that. Okay? You want your library to reflect you. Okay? So you're not Joseph in the coat of many colors, are you? All right? And now you had where people would arrange their books by height. Make me want to pass out. Small books on the top, medium books on the next shelf, then the next shelf, then the next shelf, and then tall books. What is that? That's a vanity library. They ain't reading them books, child, because they can't find no book to read that they looking for in their subject. Okay? All right. If you want to have a vanity library and you want it based on color, okay, it's going to look like a circus. But if you want a library that you can functionally use at home, okay, you don't necessarily have to have the call numbers, although Ms. Davis can show you how to do that. All right. But what you do need to do is to look at each individual section of your library and give each section a purpose. Now, I learned this from Home Edit. Well, Ms. Davis didn't learn it from Home Edit. Ms. Davis learned it from Library Science. But a method that you can use is Home Edit. So what you need to do is you can go to, are they on YouTube or Netflix? I think they were on Netflix. I don't know what these people are now, okay? They don't pay my bills, so I don't know where they are. I only keep up with the people that help Miss Day pay her bills. And that's Corey. All right. So what you're going to do is, if you watch that show, it would talk to you about Home Edit, how to make things have a purpose. Okay. What is the purpose of your library? The purpose of my library is that I use my library for research. When I'm talking to somebody on the phone and I'm in a Zoom meeting, I said, well, no, I know that that's what it was. I'll reach back and I'll grab it as a resource. So I did an interview one time with Norfolk State. pinpoint.
Yeah.
And that was Corey. I ain't say nothing. Make sure y'all tell him that I ain't say nothing. But if you're in an interview, the person can sit there and point to the exact book. Ooh, can we point? Can we point? Can we point to the exact book that's on the shelf of your school's history? That's the woman to hire. Remember that. She's going to be able to do the most for you. All right. So now I have this section right here, and Lord have mercy, I'm trying to figure out what in the world are these books. Now, as you guys know, well, you probably don't know because people don't know anything about Miss Davis, but they'd be quick to talk about Miss Davis. I was an Army brat, so we moved around a lot, okay? The problem with being an Army brat and moving around is that I don't want to say you don't get a solid education, but um, it's very eclectic. So you may be learning about one subject at one point, and then you get moved to another school, and then they'll be on a totally different subject, or something that the other school was about to start, they've already done. So here's something that y'all gonna roll over laughing about, because Miss Davis. Okay, I remember being in Richmond, and I was that time working putting volunteers in Woodland. And there was this, I think I'm right, yes, because I was looking for a stone for Mary Bowser. And there was this monument company that sat at the very end of Woodland, okay? And if I'm not mistaken, they came after Woodland was put there so that people would go to them to buy the stone. That was good thinking. Well, the what is a person called? The lady that was there, she had inherited from her husband, and so I remember speaking to her son, and he told me, "Yes, come on over. That would be a great opportunity for us." And I was like, because they weren't getting a lot of business then, because people stopped bearing it at Woodland, but that's another story. All right. So what happened was I went in to talk to her, and I told her, I was telling her that I needed a stone for Mary Bowser. She was a spy in the White House of the Confederacy. And so she said, was she a Unionist? And I was trying to think, and And then I remember seeing some of Mary Bowser's banking records. And one of the bank titles that did have Union up there, and or something similar to it. Could have said United States. I don't know. I said, yeah, yeah. She was a unionist, I guess. I mean, who am I? How would I know that? And so she said, well, we're Confederates here. We don't support unionists. And I said, huh? And she says, we're Confederates. I said, what's that? There was I was very young. I'm telling y'all, Miss Davis was this little teeny tiny guppy in this big fishbowl now. I had no clue what the world she was talking about. No clue. If you think I'm joking, I'm here to tell you I had no clue. Okay? So her son said, Miss Davis. I said, huh? He says, did you grow up here in Hampton? I mean, not in Hampton, in Virginia. And I said, well, I was a military brat, so we traveled around a lot. He says, oh, okay, that's understandable. And I said, uh-huh. And so he says, well, you remember the Civil War? I said, oh, yeah, the blue and the gray. And I said, yeah, I remember. The blues won. This is for real. This is for real. I can't get nobody. This is for real. So the man said, well, we were a part of the gray. That's what my mom is saying. And I said, oh, okay. And that's what y'all would call? And he said, yeah. I said, isn't that bad? If you can this woman sitting there looking at me. I think she wanted to come over the desk at me, but her son quickly realized because I was military, I traveled around a lot. So I really did not have that part of history. I swear I did not. And so the only thing I remember seeing was Roots and the war between the blue and the gray on CBS. Okay, that was back in the day stuff. Y'all kids don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know about live stream stuff. All right, but it used to have the movie of the week. So you guys who remember the movie of the week, you know what I'm talking about. All right, so I said, okay, and I skipped on along, and well, it turned out we wind up getting Rosemont to donate that stone to for Mary Elizabeth Bowser. And to this day, I thank Rosemont so much, and I also often refer people to Rosemont to get their stone because they were avid supporters of our project. Okay, now I know y'all rolling over laughing, saying, "Lord, no wonder." I'm trying to tell y'all, y'all see all of these books here for a reason now. Okay. They didn't teach African American history back in the day like that. And I was not here for fourth grade when they taught Virginia history. All this history I have learned about Virginia, I have learned it by traveling throughout Virginia. I ain't sit down on somebody's couch and just listen to what they said and then wrote a book. Uh-uh. I went and did the actual research. Some of these books that's even in here, okay, were given to me by the very people I interviewed and spoke to. Okay, the things that they brought out their mouth, they opened up the book and showed it to me and pointed to it. Okay, so it wasn't just me going and sitting somewhere. That is not how you do research. Okay, and I'm not knocking nobody. I'm just educating you when you go to do the next one. Okay, all right. I've had people to try to tell me I was wrong in I was on stage. I'm gonna never forget that woman telling me, you need to write a Metallica sheet. I didn't even know what the world of Metallica sheet was. I just knew Miss Davis won't write nothing. And I was so glad when I think that was, what was that, Tucker? No, not Tucker. Gabriel Prosser. That's when I was on stage talking about Gabriel Prosser. Y'all just don't know. But we gonna help y'all learn. All right, let's get back to these books. Now, I said all of that to say, okay, what brought my eye to it was my book right here, because I don't want to offend nobody. But in order for you to be an effective historian, can y'all see that? Oh, it's upside down. All right. In order for you to be an effective historian, you have to see the whole picture, not half the picture. Let me say that again. You got to see the whole picture and not half the picture. That is why Governor Warner, I believe he said, it's not one history, it's all of our history. And I'm an avid believer that he gets my vote just for him saying that. Okay? It's not one history, it's everyone's history. Okay? I also believe that a state historian, the person who's over that department, I believe that that should not be a job that you sit in for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Honestly, if we expect for our history to be diverse and not forced diverse, I think that we should have a diversity of people sitting in that seat. I really believe that that position should be one in which it changes like maybe every 4 years to somebody new and different so we can get a fresh perspective and not someone who's going to just keep the history slightly diverse but one way. Okay, we need diversity straight across the board. And the only way we can do that with that history department is to ensure that we have people coming, um, different people coming and filling that position. All right. Now, so yes, Ms. Davis does have that book. So what you're going to do is you're going to look at your books and you're going to decide what is the most important. What do you grab for first? What do you see in this particular area? Now, as you guys can remember, we brought these books from my den all the way up here. That tells you exactly how many books were back there. It was a lot of books, and we're still finding books. So if I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this particular section, I hope you guys can see that because I can't see it. So I'm going to raise you up. Hopefully you can see. Hopefully you can see, and I'm going to bring you down. I know these libraries are all in tune trying to find their books. Stop. These books did actually come from people's homes, libraries closing, etc., etc. That's for real. All right. As soon as I find your books, I will return them. Look at all this mess I got. It's too much in here. Okay. Um, I have a lot of first editions, a lot of first-hand accounts, a lot of narratives. Let's sit it like this for a little bit. Hopefully y'all can still see. Maybe take y'all out some. How's that? All right. So I'm going to reach in and I'm going to put my hand. These are the only two fingers that work on this hand. The rest of the hand don't work. Um, I'm going to reach in here and I'm going to find one book. I think this one right here. I don't know what it is, y'all. Can y'all see that? All right. So this one says Native Son. Be lucky if you find a book at this book. All right. So Native Son is a Black fiction book. All right. So what I want to do now is, let me see, do I read this book often? He really didn't move this around because I see right here, I took it from this shelf, right y'all? Did I take it from this shelf? All right. So he didn't move these books around because I still see I have Native Son, which really shouldn't be there. That's probably why I got it in the glass. I had to move Native Son. I see Walter Dean Myers. I met Walter Dean Myers when I went to the Library of Congress for their book festival. He was so handsome. Oh, he was so handsome. Secretly, I was wishing that he would ask me out. Y'all don't know nothing about Miss Davis. All right. Native Son, how she does it. I don't even know who this is. I be having books. I don't know who these people are. Leadership, orchestration, value of values. I don't even know where this book come from. Who in the world is this? It says Viking. She does it. I don't. This is some sort of business books. Marriage and I don't even know what that word is. Stay in power. Okay, so I have no idea what this book is, y'all. Then I got something highlighted in here. I probably didn't highlight it, but it says the power of people. We are big into asking people 3 questions. What should I stop doing? What should I start doing? What should I keep doing? Ooh, I don't know, y'all. Probably need to read this book. Oh, it's upside down? Okay. Can y'all see that now? Okay, there you go. I I don't know. Y'all gotta remember Miss Davis got a collection of over 500 books in here, it seems like. And I really do not know. Do y'all smell any lunch being cooked right now? I think I seem to see somebody in there playing around on their cell phone. That's all I'm gonna say. All right. So it's how she does it. This appears to be some sort of business book. And I'm just kind of looking over to the side over there. I think I have some business books over there. But I want to move this book from here because I don't know who this is. So I'm going to sit you down right there because I don't even know why you're in here. All right. So we have Native Son. We have some Toni Morrison. And then what in the world? We got Robert E. Lee. Why do we have Robert E. Lee? All right. So where did we put this right here? We're going to put that next to the other book where it says President of the Confederacy. Okay? So we're going to put those 2 books together. Because those books, I'm not going to consider them Confederate books. I'm going to consider these historical books, okay? And they have a certain content to them. The 2 of them, what they have in relations to each other is the Confederacy. So we're going to keep those 2 books together. All right, the next one that we have is Dream Makers, okay? So this one seems to be a biography about Thurgood Marshall. Now, only because I have space, I'm going to put this down at the bottom because remember, these 2 right here are African American fiction. So we're going to put those two together. All right, then we have this book. Oh my God, I love this book. Oh my God, my hand hurts. I don't know how long I'm gonna be with y'all today, but I love this book right here. It's called Ida B. Wells. This woman right here, this woman was something else. She was a journalist. We have Phyllis Wheatley. Do y'all know who Phyllis Wheatley is? She's a poet. Okay, but this book also is a biography. I'm gonna put this down at the bottom. All right. Now, y'all see my hand is still in the shape of the steering wheel. Ain't that a crime show? I gotta go get my hand, go to the hand specialist today. Hopefully, Corey will let me eat before we leave. All right, Anthony Burns by Virginia Hamilton. And I cannot remember if this book is a fiction, nonfiction. Let me look in the inside. Look in the what? Yeah, let me look in the inside. Okay. So this book right here is, wow, it is a biography. Okay, so it is based on not based, it is a true story of Anthony Burns, who apparently looks like he was a fugitive. But these people are dressed funny. So let me see, hold on, let me take a look at something right quick, y'all. Yeah, Anthony Burns from 1834 to 1862. Okay, so now this one is a biography. So again, I am going to place that down here with the Phyllis Wheatley book. We're going to find a shelf for it. And then it looks like the rest of these are going to be biographies. He said he switched these books around. He ain't switched these books around. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take down My Native Son, and we're going to bring back up, ouch, 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 ouch.
Are you okay?
My Phyllis Wheatley and Anthony Burns. But also, as we are putting these up, we're going to alphabeticalize them. Now, we know that W comes at the end, but Burns comes first. We're going by his last name, Anthony Burns. And then we have Phyllis Wheatley. Then we have this book right here, Miss Maggie. Okay. This one was published by two ladies in Richmond. Mm-hmm. All right. Now we have the speeches, the last speeches of Malcolm X. It is not a biography of Malcolm X, but it does give a brief history about him in the beginning, and then it goes into giving his speeches. So I am going to leave this here because I do not have a book, one book on. I only have this one book that has speeches. So we are going to place him here. A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X. So he's going to come here. Now, the next one we have is the Delaney sisters. Now, I really enjoyed reading this book. And yes, I did get to meet the Delaney sisters. Yeah, I know. Yep, I got to meet them when I went to, while I was living in New York. And y'all thought y'all knew me, right? And it's a really nice book. And I really, really, really enjoyed talking to them. I'll tell you about that after I have my Geritol. I really like them. All right. Now we have my Angelou. Now, one would put this with the biographies, but however, it is not a biography of Maya Angelou. This is I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. So this one is actually a fiction title. So we're going to put this here. Oh, this child of mine, I don't know. He really mixed these books up. What am I going to do? All right. Oh my God. This right here, I love this. But this particular book right here is about Anne Spencer. I gotta think. Her home is still in Lynchburg, Virginia. Okay. Now, I got to think on this one, y'all, because y'all know sometimes I get my history mixed up. You know, I ain't had my Geritol. But give me a minute and I will think about this one. But this lady right here, I'm kind of wondering, is she the one that knew Langston Hughes? I will get back with you on this. But what did I learn from visiting the house? Okay, I'm going to find out if that house is still a museum. I really do hope that it is. But from going there on my birthday, because my kids hate me because I spend my birthday going to different historical sites. That's how I like to spend my birthday. Well, earlier, that's how I like to spend my birthday, was going to different historical sites. The problem was going to the historical sites is that every African American site that I've ever gone to, by appointment. Y'all know on a good day, Miss Davis arrives early for her appointments. So I got there early for this appointment. I waited. But then at my appointment time, that's when I got out my car and showed up at the door. Okay. A minute or two earlier. Okay. Why I had to wait for over an hour? This is why I tell African American museums it's either you're going to open your doors or you just close your doors. Because the by appointment thing does not work. Okay? If you're looking for people to donate, you have to run your business such as thus. The Hampton History Museum sitting over there, they may have 0 people in a day, but they are open. Right. All right. And we don't keep statistics. We must learn to keep statistics. So this one is Ann Spencer, and she comes after the Delaney sisters. All right. And then we have Up from Slavery. All right. Let me see who wrote this book. Who wrote this book? This one was redone? No. Mm-mm. No, this one is the one, it's a reprint of his actual book. When y'all hear me say, who wrote this book? Who wrote this book? Sometimes people will edit books and they'll put their name on there with the author. But this one is a reprint of his original book. It was published by Airmont. Um, it was really good. That's all I'm gonna say. It was funny. In some places, it had me rolling over laughing when I compare then to now. And then also I wind up finding out his belief system on women. Okay, pinpoint. Vicki Collins, that would be for you because I found that to be very interesting. But again, I'm gonna put a pinpoint right there. I'm not gonna say nothing because if I say something, it's not gonna come out my mouth right. And I just want y'all to know, just because some of these folks are black and they put them as greatness and great leaders, and it does not necessarily mean that Miss Davis agreed with all of them. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It does not. Um, Again, that comes from Miss Davis from a historical perspective because I have read the history of these people and some of these things with narratives. People ranted just like now, the way the people did that back then. Um, people counseled back then the way they do now. But ultimately, when you really sit and you start reading the histories and the ideologies, you'll understand where Miss Davis is coming from. All right. So when we look at the next shelf, here is my Maya Angelou book that is her biography. And we know that A comes before what class? B. So we're going to place that on this shelf. All right. Now, I have a book on Eleanor Roosevelt. Okay. I could move her up or I could move her down. Right now, I have a running book of historic biographies, But this particular shelf is historic biographies that are on what? African Americans. So for only right now, we're going to leave her on this shelf under, and still biographies, but biography other. All right.
Mom, do you want blueberries?
Yes, I'd love to have blueberries, Corey.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to now look at this book. It is Graveyard Preservation Premier. And what I'm going to do is go through here now that you have an idea of the books that I'm looking for and how I'm separating them. I'm going to go through and do just that. So hang tight. Don't laugh at my big belly. Oh, 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 oh. Ow. My grandmama's cousin. No lie, that's the truth. All right. Okay, hopefully y'all can see that, how I did that. Starting from A. Can you see my hand? I can't see my hand, y'all. Okay, good. Starting from A, going all the way down to X. Okay? All the way down to X. From A to X. All right? Now, that particular shelf again, the way I isolated books, and there's some other ones down in here, because remember he put them everywhere. All right, going all the way down, and as I'm going through, reading some of these books, I can't believe I read all these damn books. Oh my God, why is this even over here? This is supposed to be, it says Centralia, the first 50 years. Let me see what Centralia is, y'all. Because I'm not sure if this is a Virginia book. Alexa, is there a Centralia, Virginia?
Yes, Centralia is a community in Chesterfield County, Virginia. It is an unincorporated area in the state of Virginia. By the way, you have a new notification. Do you want to hear it?
No. Okay. Wow. I'm going to have to remember this book. I think this came from one of my interviews. Can y'all see that? Okay. I told y'all I have people that will donate their books to me. They'll give me their books. This one lady, she's like, I'm sick of looking at all of this mess. And I'm not even lying. She just said, here you go, Miss Davis. Oh. Oh. And I had to load up. Me and my eldest son had to load up the trunk with books. All right. So now, what is this book over here? Corey,
Yes.
why is this book over here?
Not sure.
All of these African American nonprofits need this. That's why I be sitting there looking at y'all like y'all crazy because y'all ain't operating right. Okay, Young Gifted in Black, Lauren Hasbury. Oh, Joy to My Seven Black Women. John F. Kennedy, we're gonna put over here. All right, then we go into our other biographies, historical biographies, other. Okay, so again, notice how I am starting to get these alphabeticalized. So let's get them done right quick because K comes before R, D comes before K, and HIJKL comes before R. Okay, and again, as you are going, you're going to be separating the titles, separating the subject. Okay, and I don't even know why that is there. Why this boy got this here? I don't even know why that's here. All right, this one is a fiction title. I'm gonna sit that across there. This one says Basic History of the United States. I bet you this goes up there. Oh, don't laugh at my belly. Oh, my belly tells you how big Corey's big head was.
Excuse me?
I didn't say anything. All right, let's put you down here. Oh, it's warm in here. All right. We get down here. Black man. Oh, I got it. Y'all, come on now. Some of these books. Ooh. Some of these books, I'm telling you. Trying to see if this is a. Ooh. There it is. All right. This one appears to be a fiction title, but I'm not certain. Okay. We're going to put it in fiction for now, and then what we're going to do is look online to see if it's fiction or nonfiction. All right, so I'm going to squeeze them down at the bottom. Yes, I still have a shelf down at the bottom. They don't have a lot of stuff on it. All right. Sam and Clyde. All right, so this one is also a fiction. So let's go on ahead and go to our next one and make that a fiction shelf. And we have Patti LaBelle. Patty. I'm in OPQR. L. Lansbury. LAN. Gotta know y'all alphabets for this now. Okay, Lincoln. He goes up here. Charles Darwin. Don't y'all be commenting. Don't do it. Don't put nothing in my inbox. All right. Sally Hemings. Now, of course, you guys know I wrote the book on inspiring African American women of Virginia. I'm researching. Y'all know I'm unfiltered. I don't mean no harm, but I am. However, everybody got to accept their shortcomings. I had an attorney to tell me that. Miss Davis, you are so unfiltered. I had to think about what that meant. I didn't know what that meant. But okay. All right. So I'm standing up there, and one of the researchers at the Library of Virginia, this random guy, I don't know where he was from. So he says to me, "Are you going to include Sally Hemings?" Do y'all want to know what I asked? And I had to be polite. But I politely said, well, I think a better question is, do we see Monica Lewinsky in any of our history books? All right. Now you see our shelf is full. Don't put nothing in the comments. We don't see Kennedy's secretary in the history books. Now, if Sally Hemings has contributed something other than children to American history, then yes, of course, I would include her. Okay? Was she an educator? Was she an inventor? Was she an actress? Was she a singer? Was she an entertainer? Was she an author? Was she a historian? Was she a writer? Did she work in the White House as maybe a cook? Um, what historical significance other than being a concubine to the US president did she accomplish? Okay. Um, Not to say that her contribution should be overlooked. But it does lend itself to say that if in fact there is offspring left from that particular president, wouldn't they inherit? I'm going to stop right there. All right. Now, down on this next shelf, I don't know what this child done done. He really mixed these books up. You better be glad I told him to. All right, this one is upsetting because this one is torn up. I remember when I bought this book. Okay. See what it says? Education of Black people. Okay. One of my books I still have not found yet is Savage Inequalities. Okay. Now that book was written by a Caucasian man, if I'm not mistaken. I got to think of what his name is, but it's called Savage Inequalities. If you are a new parent, you need to read that book. Ivy League schools have that book on the reading list for their students who are in education. I'm going to put a pinpoint right there. All right, now I have another copy of still. Oh no, this one is the poetry. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, so this one is the poetry. All right, so let's slide this down, and we're going to sit the poetry here. And we're going to start. Yes, I do see I have two books right here that do not have anything to do with these two things right here. I definitely see that. Give me 1 second, because as I'm sitting here, I'm looking over here and I'm seeing some books over here that need to go over here. So this particular shelf that we're moving down to, we're going to make this one our poetry and nonfiction books. Probably shouldn't do that, but because what I should do instead of making this poetry and nonfiction, I'm gonna tell y'all about this when we come back to this particular book. Let me see if this is a first edition. So y'all gonna say, wait a minute, didn't you have that book over here and then you moved it over here and then you moved it this and there? I think this one is a first edition. Alexa, what year did Maya Angelou publish Still I Rise?
The book And Still I Rise by Maya Angelou was published in 1978. This was the third volume of her poetry.
This is, well, that's why we got it behind the glass door. All right, so we're going to sit this one right here. And now we're kind of going into some fiction. What in the world is that? This is Black literature. Cool Hand Luke. All right, this child, he really came over here and mixed these books up. He really did it. Okay, too bad I can't get on to him for it because, you know, I told him to do it. All right, well, if I hadn't told him to do it, he came in here and did these books right there. Y'all better know be woodshed back there in the back. I'm just telling you. I don't condone corporal punishment, but in this particular instance, mixing up mommy's books, yeah, we would have a discussion. All right, so we have Ida B. Wells. I thought I just had an Ida B. Wells book. Phyllis Sweetley, Reggie Washington. Oh, I know. I set it down there so I can move her over. So now we're coming down. Ooh, these books are tight. I don't want my books to be tight. All right. Do not put your books tight on. There it is. Phyllis Sweet. Is that Phyllis Sweetley? Ida B. Wells. Do not put your books tight on your shelves. All right. So we're going to put that book there. All right, you want there to be room between your books a little bit so that air and they can breathe. You don't want them to be all tightly compacted on the shelf. Typically, when you go to a library, the book should be right here. I thank that nice lady when I worked over there in Norfolk who walked into the library and said, "This is the way the library is supposed to look." Right. So to all of my principals, here's your indicator as to whether or not your librarian is working. If you walk into the library and the books go from here to here, you need to call them to your office and have a discussion. They're not weeding the books. You're not a public library. You are a school library. Your books should only be 5 years. Oh, look at my ring. Ain't that cute? 5 years old. Let me say it again.
Yes.
Okay. How many times, and if you know that I've worked for your school system, and I'm sitting here saying this, ting, how many times did I walk in and see books from 1955, 1978? Fire them. If you walk into the school and the kids are, achoo, achoo, it ain't a cold. It's the library. Time to get fired. Okay, for real. All right. So if you go in your library right now and the books are from the left, squeeze all the way over to the right, please tell your librarian to weed the library. Get to work. You're getting paid the same amount as those teachers getting paid. And some of those teachers, I know even before the governor gave them money, they were getting paid $70,000 a year. Now, as a public school, please note, all of the pay scales are online. All you got to do is go there and take a look. So if you know that you've been sitting in your library and you retired from the school system and you haven't been doing anything, Social Security may be your next move because it's time for you to weed the library. I, Veronica A. Davis, is getting tired of coming into the libraries, and guess what needs to happen? Child, yeah. Okay. It's not a place to sit and retire. It is a place to work. All right. Last place I went to, the pushed up against the wall. And I'm trying to figure out why the shelves pushed up against the wall. Oh, when I pulled one shelving unit out, they had a whole wall of teacher edition books. Did the kids check these out? No, Miss Davis, those are for the teachers. Does anybody see the stupidity in the answer? Ding. All right. Where it should have, the SMS should have been with someplace else. But because somebody decided to sell the books on Amazon. What'd you say, Miss Davis? Oh, you don't know? You're looking around in your school library and you don't see any new books, and you know that your school has been given anywhere to $6,000 to $8,000, and the only thing you see is 1980, 1990, 2000. That means somebody has been selling your books online. But you're upset with Miss Davis. The last school I was at, y'all, over $50,000. That does not include the books that the kids checked out and did not return for COVID. Nope, 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 nope. Over $50,000 worth of new books were gone. Y'all know I'm the Inspector Gadget of school libraries, right? So you know I went back and did all of my research, right? You know I went back because you can't get that information off of there. And if you try to, IC3 confirmed it. Now, so what happened was I said, well, let's do some research here. The math won't adding up. What is that place? What is that dumb pirate boy called, Corey?
Luffy.
Yeah.
He ain't dumb.
Bought 100 volumes of that.
Oh, it's called One Piece.
There you go. Oh, but then you try to say the kids stole it. Oh, then you try to say the kids checked it out and didn't return it. Well, first off, if you're doing your job and you noticed that the first book was stolen, you would have moved the rest of the books. Second off, why do you have a book that's rated for upper teens in an elementary school where it's very graphic, where people are slashing people's stomach and blood is going everywhere? I'm just saying. Parents, y'all need to volunteer in the library. I ain't saying nothing else. All right. Ting. Ooh, I think I need, Kelly, I think I need some bounty to get up the tea.
Oh my God.
All right. Let me see what we have next here. I think next we have the old men. That is going to be 25 years of Black literature. I think I'm going to keep that at the beginning. So that would distinguish between our poetry and our African American fiction. This one, I told y'all, Miss Davis got some books now. It says Youngin. Oh my goodness, this is going to be written by African American. Youngin. Herbert Beth. Now, I don't think I have read this one as yet, but it seems to me like it chronicles the life of a young person. This one is a fiction title. And I can double check it online. No, you do not want to hire me to come do your library. Can't afford me. And if you hire me to come work in your library, you have to hire Excel Minds under a contract, not as a school librarian. No, 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 no. And yes, I'm more than happy to come in and clean up your libraries. And not only will I clean them up, I will also train your librarian in teaching bibliographic instruction. And in addition to that, I will create a lesson plan based on standards of learning for your library to use day by day by day. That way, our kids will be learning to read and write. I went to the University of Pittsburgh. Top library school in the nation. Okay, Virginia Reconstructed. That is a history book. I'm going to put you down there. Terry McMillan, How Stella Got Her Groove Back. Must read for young women, no matter what color you are. All right, let me see. McMillan. Gaines. Oh my gosh, I remember when I met Gaines. Oh my gosh, yes, he was a very nice gentleman. He was tall. He was very nice. He stood amongst us and he talked to us. He read portions of his book. What time is it, Corey? Miss Jane Pittman.
123.
Okay, we gotta get ready to go. Can you check the agenda to see what time our next appointment is?
3 o'clock.
Okay. I think I read the book, but I'm not sure. I have to find out first if they've already charged me for it. I'll find that out. All right. So we have Who is Michelle Obama? That is going to be a biography. Maggie Walker, Spencer, who is this right there? Robinson. Yes, my grandmother's cousin was Jackie Robinson. I guess a lot of his memorabilia here. He gave her a Dodgers bracelet. It's real cute. It was gold. He sent down a bank. Let me see if I still have. Hold on, let me see if I still have a bank. Mm. Mm. I don't know how this story goes. All I know is that it's either the contents of what was in here or the bank itself was given to me by Jackie Robinson. Didn't know me like you thought. Ting. A little bit more history here than what you think it is. All right. And only I just realized that myself. All right, so we have some more fiction. I did read this book. Bolton comes before G. Each one of these books, believe it or not, has a little bit of history to it. Oh, I'm going to be starved out on the ground, y'all, before I get anything to eat. This is going to be something else. Alice Walker, Can't Keep a Good Woman Down. You do realize it's called Still I Rise. See right up here. Still I Rise. You can't keep a good woman down. All right, this book right here gained me national attention. This was my first national attention book. I did a review for this book and it made it into the Are You Ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? It made it into the Los Angeles Times. Yes, honey child, my review made it into the Los Angeles Times. I'm trying to find it. Trying to find it. Hold on, y'all, because see, people don't believe in Miss Davis. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. I know it's here. Or was it the other one? Like Chocolate for Water. I can't remember, y'all. I have reviewed so many darn books. I probably reviewed some of y'all books that y'all thought were books. But yeah. They say that I am. Oh no, I think it's the other one. It's like I think it's like chocolate for water. I might have to find out, y'all. I'm sorry. I might have to find out. I will find out, and I will definitely let you guys know. Because it was in the Los Angeles Times. I think this is a copy of what I was just looking at. And it had my name up there. And I remember when they sent it to me, I was like, what? I made it into the Los Angeles Times. Are you serious? What's my name? Okay, Woman's Search for White Family. I do believe this was one of the books that I reviewed. Henry is the name of this person. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. All right, sorry about that, y'all. Best, BEST. That's right here. All right, everybody still there? Yep, yeah, still there. Okay. All right, Walker. All right, so now we are great Negro, Great American Negroes, Purpose Driven Life. Oh, I did have that book. Okay, if you guys watched me interviewing what is her name? Carol Davis. Why is he down there? Thurgood Marshall. All right, so now we got to come back up here and make some room for Thurgood Marshall because this is a big and meaty book. Remember, we don't want our books tightly packed in. Let me see if this is going to be enough. Lorraine Hansberry, she's in the wrong place. H-A-N. All right, Lorraine Hansberry goes right here. All right. Now, this video, of course, will be edited for LinkedIn. It's going to be edited. So if you don't watch it all or you're skipping through, that's fine because there'll be a shorter version of this. And it's also going to be published back onto YouTube, and it'll be a shorter version of it as well. Okay, now let me see. Corey, did you put any books down here on the bottom?
Maybe.
What'd you say?
Maybe.
He said maybe. Oh, all right. So we're gonna try to bring back up these two books. My hand is starting to hurt, guys, so I'm gonna have to get off of here with y'all. Okay. All right. So we go from our African American fiction into our other historical biographies. No, we go from our historical African American biographies into our other historical biographies. Ooh, this hand's starting to hurt. I use my index finger too long, it starts hurting. And we have Stern. Let me see. Oh my, Angela, that is a thingamabob. So we're gonna slide this down. I see that thing there. I'm trying to think, y'all. This is a fiction. I'm sorry, guys. This is a fiction. Millen, Myers, Walker. Okay, I Know Why Cage Birds Sing. It's Maya Angelou. And we're going to put this book after the book on literature. Okay? And I know you're saying, why are you putting it after the book on literature? Isn't poetry literature? Yes, poetry is literature, but that is my distinguishing point. Okay? Choose your own. All right, now let me see things. Negroes. Oh, let me see. I see one right here. Corey being so mean to me. This one right here, this book was real good. Oh, real good. They need to make this a classic. This book was real good. I remember this book. This book was real good. All right, so Between Lovers, Eric Jerome Dickey, A, B, C, D. Oh, I'm starving. Y'all see how my child starves me to death? I was supposed to eat over 3 hours ago. He in there on that phone. Ooh, I wonder who wrote this book. I wonder who wrote this book. I got to find out.
It's a great mystery.
Who wrote this book? All right, we're going to put her on the next shelf up. All right, we got another Walter D. Myers book here. Put them here. Now, when you have books that you're putting up and you have books by the same author, so in this case, I have 2 of his books. I probably have more, knowing me, but I have 2 of his books. Then once we get both of those books on the shelves, then we shelve them by the title. Okay, so his first book, Fast Sam, Cool Clyde, and Stuff. This one, the book is called Monster. All right, so F and with Myers, F becomes before M, so that is how we place them on the shelf. Okay. All right, let me see. I'm going down here to this last shelf. Uh, Corey, he came in here and mixed up all of the books.
What?
All right, let me see. What do we have right here? Let nobody turn us around. Now, I did contact the library when I found out this one. This one came from the Vanity Public Library. They charged me for the book. I get to keep it. That's what the man told me. All right. I told him I ain't wanting them watching none of my shows and seeing their book up there and come back trying to get no money from me. That's what I told them. So had that. All right. Now there is a section down here that has the church books. Is this your church? Mm-hmm. Okay. So when I'm standing there telling you the history of your church, don't stand there looking at me like I'm crazy, because I do know the history of your church. One church don't even know their date of founding. I know it. Okay. I remember Carolyn Brown. She was vice president of, was it New York Bank? I think it was. She was the actual vice president. She was a black woman. That shocked me. But I was very young when I met Carolyn, young and still kind of naive and stupid. And yeah, I was. And other people who would have met her probably took advantage of her connections and stuff like that. I do mean take advantage in a negative way. But me, I'm more naive, Veronica, starting off, didn't know a whole lot, you know. But she kind of mentored me some, but I think I was a little bit too naive for her to mentor, for real, for real, for real. One of these days, I'll probably sit down and talk about my adventures in New York. All right. This book right here was the book that she told me she wanted me to read. Now, I can only read this book up to a certain point because I kind of got lost. Y'all know Miss Davis young and dumb, and she didn't know a whole lot of African American history back then. But this book was very interesting. Eventually, I wound up seeing a movie in my more mature days and kind of understood it a little bit better. But I did do what she told me to do. And people hate me. So in essence, what the man did, what she was saying was, when you go into your job, shut up and do your job. and just watch and you'll learn. Well, that's what I did. I really didn't do a lot of talking. I came in, I did my job, I go home, and it's like, and some of these workplaces, if you're not sitting there telling people your business and what happened last night or how you did it with your man, it's like they get upset with you, and I'm like, okay. But then when you go and you're talking to them about, the things that you did over the weekend. Oh, you know what? I was preserving a cemetery over the weekend. Oh, I was being interviewed by the media over the weekend. Oh, the NAA, was it NAACP? Um, oh my gosh, y'all. Carter G. Woodson's organization, they interviewed me for a broadcast. I told y'all don't know me. Um, and you're sitting there and then they looking at you like, then they hate you. Then they start coming up with stuff to get rid of you. Okay. The next person I want to hire a Veronica Davis. Great minds come up with great ideas that make money. Average mind, they go and do. Small minds talk about people. Yeah.
That's the dressing.
What about it?
Is this the right recipe?
I don't know.
Salt, pepper, sugar, mayonnaise, puppy teeth, and cider vinegar.
That sounds about right.
But instead of sugar, we use agave.
That's correct.
Just checking. Your lunch is almost ready. Love you. Have fun.
Small minds. Do I really need to tell you what small minds talk about?
No.
Okay. Don't put me in a group of small-minded people because it's not going to mesh. So when y'all are trying to say this, that's why it never meshed. Okay? Because especially if I'm working in the school, I'm going to come up with ideas that's going to help these kids love to read, want to love to learn. I'm not going to be there playing knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. I was in a school where this little boy, I was talking to him. I had watched him for, 2 weeks or more. I think about 2 or 3 weeks. I just watched him. And so when I went to go get that child to talk, the person said, "Oh, Miss Davis, he's mute. He doesn't talk. Don't worry about him." What? What'd you say? That don't work with me. I started working with and talking to him and reading to him and having him read words back to me right when I started on the tile game with him, getting him to do the letters. His mom was with me, getting him to do the letters. That's when they had hired someone who had a license, and so I had to leave that child, and I hated that. I'm almost tempted to try to find his mom so that I can let her know that now that I have more free time on my hands, that I would really like to work with her son, and see if I can do some sort of relationship with that school, because it was like two or three of the kids there that I really wanted to work with, to get them reading more. That I could tell that the staff that was supposed to be working with them just gave up on them. They're lost cause. Okay, no child is a lost cause. No child is a lost cause. I remember when my son's father called him a lost cause. There's no child is a lost cause. Okay. All right. So this book right here, The Spook Who Sat by the Door. Um, I never found that. Well, I did. I loved working at the courthouse in Suffolk. That was really, really nice. But even in that instance, if the lady says to you, "Don't give nobody legal advice," you're not there to give legal advice. My coworker would always give legal advice. She didn't like me because I wasn't giving out legal advice. Okay. Um, but I was there. I was alone. I was by myself. That is how I work best. Okay. Um, Trying to think. So I don't know. I never really found this particular place because my life is so multifaceted that I'm always moving around. Okay? All right. So let's find him a place on the show. Sam Greenlee. Next to Gaines, because that was funny. Yeah, I like water for chocolate. I think that was Pearl Secret. That's over here too. What is this over here? Uh, yeah, I did review Pearl Secret. I certainly did. I remember I did a review for that one. Yeah, I got two copies of it. I have a paperback and a hardback. I think they did something with my review and they wound up sending me the hardback because I have the advertising sheets in it. I have to look through it. It's probably a review, something I said in one of those papers. Um, I'm looking down here on this bottom shelf. That does not belong over here. That does not belong over here. These were already over here, and I don't know why they're here. All right, we're gonna go ahead and slide this one over because that one is one dealing with African American history. The next shelf going down is looks like African American history, like Virginia Reconstructed. I even have a hair book over here. I've had this book for a while. Okay. So I hope that this has given you guys an idea of how to distinguish your books, how to separate and organize your library. If you like a vanity library, that's okay. But um, when you have your grandkids over, are they going to say, "Okay, let me go get the red book," and then you got 20 red books over there? How they going to know which one you get? All right. So you had 20 small books. All right. So when you go to do your library, and I don't know if you're gonna be checking out books or not, that's a whole totally different show right there. But when you go to do your library, make sure that you are separating them by the subject, and then once you separate them by the subject, then narrow them down by the author, and then once you narrow them down by the author, if you have authors that have the same title, like they've written two different books. Myers. Where is Myers? Right here. Myers. Tilt that down a little bit for y'all. Then what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that you put those titles by the same author in alphabetical order. Can y'all see that? Y'all know Miss Davis. She pointing and pointing and pointing, and everything is the opposite. There we go. Now you got it. Okay, so Walter D. Myers, I have two titles by him. I know I have more. Okay, but for these two, one was named Fast Sam, the other one was named Monster. So we put them in alphabetical order. All right. I think I have a couple more of Maya Angelou's books. One of them is autographed. I can't really remember. Oh, no, I have one of her autographed copies. I'll come across it. I'll let y'all see it. There's so much stuff in this library. When we were up here at the top, I don't know what he did up there. I think he just moved those around a little bit because he know better. He knows those are my rare books. But something I did do was I collected. Can y'all see that up there? Okay, I collected historic textbooks. Okay, so of course you guys when I was doing the thing, you could see that I had the early textbooks from. Oh wait a minute, what is this book right here? Oh, I ain't gonna show y'all that again. Naughty, naughty. I gotta find out about that book. All right. So of course you guys are going to be talking about my collection of Virginia history books. Okay. Why do I have just these behind glass? IKEA is nice, but do you know how much IKEA costs? Okay. All right. So So I did put most of my rare books behind glass, okay? But then some of them that were just brittle and, probably not rare, but they made out of cheap paper, so they became very brittle. Hence, principal alert, principal alert. If you go into your library and look at your paperback books, if they are brown as Miss Davis, it's time to fire the librarian. No joke. That's why your kids are coughing. I don't know what book this is. This one is very, very brittle. I have the book that I used. You don't see that? Now I cannot fold the page over for this one, okay? Because I can already look at it and know that it's brittle. But when we in the libraries, we would give the page a brittle test by bending over very carefully one of the pages. You can open up your palm. This works for African American librarians. Try to turn it around so you guys can see this. Okay. Can you see my finger there? Turn it around a little bit more. The page keeps moving. All right. So on the side of my finger, you will see, I often use this in the libraries, whether y'all liked it or not. But on the side where my hands are washed, they're browner now because I've been touching these books. But when you look at the side of my hand, you can see where it goes from pale in the different shades until it gets to my color, which is brown. Okay. So ultimately, I want it to be more pale. All right. But if as I'm turning my finger and it's starting to match the brown, then I know that it's brown. Now that's my technique. Okay. Of course, if you're not African American and you don't have that shade where you go from pale to on your finger, anybody who's reputable library, they could tell you, don't listen to that crazy woman. Okay. This is a technique that I use because it worked for me. All right. But the real brittle test is either testing the pH balance of the paper. Paper conservators will tell you this. And I would like to get them, get one or two of them on to my show. Okay. But you want to also, I'm going to see, I know that I do. I'm just going to tell Corey to pull a couple of those books because from every library that I worked for, and I found where the books had not been um, weeded, and I was saying and saying, and people weren't listening to me, and the kids were sick. I was sick. I can't tell you, and I'm sure the doctor would attest to it. Matter of fact, I can go get the pharmacy paper and show you how my doctor was prescribing antibiotics back to back to back. And that was when I worked at an elementary school in Norfolk. It was because the library was so filthy. And they actually had a homeless man living in the library. And the staff knew. That's why all of that went down. Okay? Because they knew the person.
She's not joking either.
I'm not joking. Okay? Tell me the truth. So do you really know what's going on in your school? And then when somebody try to tell you, you getting all ballistic and yelling and screaming at them. Let me tell you something. You got one staff member, and on the surface you see that staff member doing the job, and everybody's complaining about that one staff member doing their job. That's when you got to stop and ask, okay, you got one finger pointing at this person with three fingers pointing at you. You need to apply that concept to find out what the blank is really going on. Because what that woman would have found out was that they had a homeless man that they would let into the library every night. The homeless man was hiding his drugs in the library. When I said, okay, we got to clean this library up, the library assistant hightailed her ass up out of there. Went downtown yelling, screaming, hollering. Now, I had none of my assistants to do any of the cleaning of that library because I knew how bad off the library was, and I did not want them to get ill. Now, what they said downtown, I don't know. But I know that I shared those media assistants with other schools. And if they got sick, helping me clean up the library, then they wouldn't be able to go to the other school. So I did all of that myself. Okay. And during my downtime, and it was a lot. I even bought the stuff, the towels and the water and this, that, and the other. When school was closed or it was a teacher resource day, I even had my son to come in and help clean the library. If I had a brown rag, a white rag, by the time I held my hand up, the rag was blacker than my hand. Okay. And the shelves, there was like a roach colony going up and down the shelves.
She's not joking.
Y'all just have no idea. But I'm the bad guy for doing my job. This is where I have a problem. This is why I told the governor very clearly, if I have to sacrifice my integrity, my ethics, the veracity of any of my statements, I just assume to be the ward of the state. Thank you to my case. All right. Yeah, I said it. And yeah, I'm living it. Okay. If you go in your library and all the books go from here to here, your librarian is not doing their job. Okay? Get you a glove and put on. Now I'm going to do this because I know I haven't cleaned mine in a while. Take your finger. Oh, I can see the track. Can y'all see the dust? There it is. You're right there. Okay. I know when the last time was I wiped my cabinets down. That's what I'm in here doing today. All right. So you want your kids reading? You want those reading scores up? Common Davis Excel Minds. I will help you get those reading scores up. The first place you need to start, not in the classroom with the teachers, is in the library. These kids are getting tired of looking at the same books. This particular library, one woman that was there before me, she wasn't do nothing. She was buying 10 copies of the same title, hardcover. That's $140. I'm trying to figure out why these people who don't want to do their job, why are they still there?
Did you tell them that One Piece wasn't meant for kids?
Yeah, I did tell them One Piece wasn't meant for kids.
Outstanding. I'm glad.
So you have where your library is being, the books that you give them 6 to 6. One place only had 2,000 or 3,000, but you're giving them $6,000 to $8,000 for books, and the librarian taking the books and selling them off on eBay and not eBay, but eBay and Amazon. I'm not lying to you. I'm telling you the truth. And I finally figured out how they were doing it without it being traced back to them. Whew, it was so detailed. It took me a year off for COVID. It took me something like how long it take us to figure that thing out? About 5-6 years, didn't it, Corey?
I think so.
It took 5-6 years for me to investigate that. I mean, it was a lot. Okay, but I'm the crazy one. Okay. All right. So I hope that gives y'all a good idea on how to separate your books. I'll probably go back in and redo some more fixing. I hadn't realized that I did not have those books all the way done like I should have, and I still have more books over here on the side that I have to incorporate over here. So even if you see these books like this now, please note, I just did this because I wanted to do this live show and talk about how to separate your books. But when I go back to do these books, if you come back at another time, you're going to probably see that this shelf has been changed, because more than likely I will break it down again, because I've got my children's books over there on the other side, but I still have some books over here that have not really been incorporated into the other areas. So you'll see that I have a church history here. that needs to go down here. Um, African American Gardens, things that deal with, well, this right here needs to go over with the other books. But each section, here's another book. Um, okay, I didn't see that. Okay. All right, so I got the original manuscript for that book, but that's all I'm gonna say. I'm put a pinpoint right there. So these different things right here, you'll probably see them someplace different in the library when you see me doing my live streams. Now, what I intend upon doing at some point, either at the end of this year or the beginning of next year, probably the beginning of next year, because we're starting to go into Halloween, and then we get into the holiday season, and y'all are pretty much like, did I say seasoning? Hungry. Courtney won't feed me. He in there messing around making dressing. Shh. All right. He's standing by the door listening. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and end our live show right here. No ranting today, y'all. I think I said enough more than enough last week. All right. So we'll probably be talking about my next adventure. I have no idea what you guys are going to be thinking about it. Okay, I know y'all going to be switching from here to here to here to here. Okay, I don't know what you guys are going to be thinking about my next adventure. I want y'all to pray for me though, because it's going to be very, very interesting. Okay. Um, to some it may be a surprise, to others it may not be a surprise. I want to see if I can get some friends to come on. I have spoken with my doctor. He has agreed to come on. I'm so happy. So as we are taking this walk on my session, I got to sit down and write that whole thing, that whole journey out, how I want it to look. Um, but I hope you guys have enjoyed Still I Rise being Veronica Davis. I thank y'all so much for being on this journey with me. It has meant a lot. And I know that y'all kind of missed me. I got into a car accident and whatnot, hand and blown up, y'all. It has blown up. I'm trying to move it again. It doesn't move. I got hand therapists today. It doesn't move. I finally got these two to move, but the other ones, they don't move as well. God ain't done with me yet, is he? He ain't done with me yet. All right, guys. I am Veronica Davis. This is Still I Rise, being Veronica Davis. And I look forward to seeing you guys again, maybe next week. And I'll give you a little hint. Oh, okay. I don't buy viewers and subscribers and stuff like that. All these people that got these thousands. I've been watching and listening to see how they be doing and stuff. Okay. I rely upon you guys, my friends and my followers and stuff, to go in and subscribe. Please go and subscribe to my channel. Click the subscribe button. I know one time y'all got up there and everybody was hitting subscribe and YouTube went crazy. So my girl Kathy, she said, Veronica, I kept hitting subscribe and it wouldn't do nothing. So please, if you can go back and try to subscribe again, all right. Because they slowed that thing all the way down because it was coming so fast. You know, everybody was clicking subscribe as soon as they got to the thing, and and YouTube stopped it. I did find out what had happened. They thought it was suspicious. So I had to tell them, no, Miss Davis ain't suspicious about nothing, you know, and I had not bought anything, you know. I do know that one thing that we can do, because I've met my milestone, I'm going to go back and I'm going to randomly choose 50 people who have already subscribed. And I'm not going to do this until next month. So to be in time for the holidays, okay? I'm going to go in and I'm going to choose one random person who subscribed to my channel, whether they are family, a friend, a foe, it does not matter to me, okay? We're going to take those names, and yes, when you sit and tell me you subscribe to my channel, guess what? I will see your name in the list.
Maybe an option for free
So
lunch.
don't sit and tell me that you subscribed and you really did. Oh, I got $1. Oh, y'all want to see my $1?
This is a poppy seed salad. Poppy seed strawberry salad. Let's see,
I can't wait. I didn't see many strawberries. I can't wait. All right. So with that being said, it's time for lunch. I'm gonna need a knife. It's time for lunch. So let me go on ahead and get with my son and sit down and enjoy some bills. I thank y'all for joining me, and I know that everybody couldn't join me right now. Oh, so what I was saying was that 50, the first 50, I'm going. Yes, I know who you are. The first 50 people. Don't get nothing twisted. I do know who you are. So for the first 50 people, I'm going to go through and I'm going to select one person to get $50. Want to know what I'm going to do at 100? Okay. Y'all be good. Thank you for being here with me, Veronica Elise Davis, author, historian, influencer, live streamer, community activist, a thorn in somebody's backside. We all know who. Be good. How they be doing? Shh.